The main technology that SenseAI has developed is basically to use a form of compressed sensing which allows us to sparsely sample images. Now what that means is that for any image, whether it's formed in a camera, whether it's formed in an electron microscope, there's a certain number of photons or electrons that are needed to form an image of the highest quality. What we do with SenseAI is basically reduce the number of photons or electrons to form that image and then reconstruct a full image using artificial intelligence. And what this does is it avoids having damage to the things that we're looking at, and it allows us to get our images much quicker. Electron microscopy allows you to see materials at atomic resolution, but in doing that, you're also damaging the materials that you're looking at. Typically, the amount of radiation dose that goes into the sample is the same as being inside of a nuclear reactor. So effectively, the more we can get that to speed up, the less the dose goes into the system, and the more representative of the real structure we get out of the images. Beam damage is the key to everything. There's a limited number of samples that you can look at. So you can look at semiconductors, but you can't look at biological systems. You can't look at organic systems. So microscopy works very well for some things, but it doesn't work at all for others. So SenseAI allows you to get images from samples that you simply cannot get from an electron microscope or other imaging devices at the moment. We're moving to the point where we can use lower doses, we can get more images that come out, and so we can democratize the approach of electron microscopy to a much broader field. We only really understand how you can use something like this when you talk to people who are doing different applications. Anyone who's working on an imaging device, whether it's a microscope, whether it's a camera, whether it's any kind of characterization device, can use SenseAI on a regular basis. It's a plug-and-play solution to any acquisition process. And so it's just a question of taking it, plugging it into your system, and having the answer coming out. Because we develop the image that comes out of the system in the same form that the device uses normally, it means that nobody has to get retrained on using SenseAI. It's just plug it in and off you go, and the image that you see is in the same form as the image that you're used to seeing.